Well, hey folks, how y'all doing? Welcome back. And oh man, there's the Camp Chef Pursuit Pellet Grill. Folks, if you have one of these, you're looking at mine, you're saying, hey, mine's not quite like yours. We've done that. Tom Horseman at YouTube, folks, take a look at the videos I did. Modified it. This side shelf is actually a side shelf from Camp Chef Woodwind. This portable grill, and it is a portable grill, doesn't really have any shelf. So I put that one on, and then I don't really believe you can have a pellet grill without a stack. So we added the stack. We blocked off the louvers in the back, and I got the stack off of Smoke Daddy Inc. online. So and a great place to get pellet grill parts. If you're looking to do customization, great place to look. And I'll leave the link down below for Smoke Daddy Inc. and you can take a look at it yourself. But today, and you've heard me talk about it before, is that the controller that's on the Woodwind and on the Pursuit are the same. And I've had some issues with temperature fluctuation with this type of controller. Now, it's really not a warranty issue. This is just the way these controllers work. But I want to upgrade and put in something that's going to be a little bit more close. Right now, this type of controller will fluctuate 20 to 30 degrees either way of your set point. They claim that creates more smoke, which it probably does, but it also increases your temperature. So if you're trying low and slow at high smoke of 220, you can be sometimes all the way up to 250. And the same thing if you're at 300, you can be already up to 350. So it's something I've been meaning to do for a while. I've talked to you about it. I've actually called Camp Chef on it, and they just kind of told me that's just the way it is. And so I'm not willing to accept that. So I'm always looking to improve, and that's what we're going to do today. Stay tuned, and we'll show you how to add a PID controller from Smoke Daddy Inc. So Smoke Daddy Inc. is folks, I tell you what, if you're in the greater Chicago area, Milwaukee area, northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, they're located in Waukegan, Illinois. I tell you what, they've got everything you need there. Helpful people. This is actually the new controller that's going to go in, and they actually make a plate to fill in the gap from where you take out the old one. And I thought it would be plastic, and it's actually it's actually metal. So the kit comes with a new temp probe, and for the inside of the grill, and a new temp probe for your meat. Now, there's only one caveat here. As you can see that this has 2 meat probes, whereas the new one has 1. For me, that's not a big deal. And obviously, you got the wiring diagram. So we're going to dig into this Pursuit Camp Chef, and hopefully this will be easy. And I'll show you as we go along. Stay tuned. All right, so the first thing you're probably dying to know is what is a PID? So PID is Proportional Integral Derivative Controller, provides continuous temperature feedback for accurate temp control. That's kind of what it does. So, we've got it opened up here. We can see what we've got on the Camp Chef. And this controller right here, even though you've got a digital display that tells you what the temp is, and there's a temp probe in there that tells this what the temp is, that's all it's doing. It's just telling you what the temp is. When you set or turn on this pellet grill and you change the temperatures and you take and you put it on one of the temps 220 or 300 in that, it's not looking at the temperature inside. It does it by timing. So it's all set up in there. So if you want 200, it runs that auger for a set amount of time, and then there's a lag in between that. And what it doesn't know what the temperature is outside. So on a colder day, these temperatures are going to run lower. On a hotter day, it doesn't know if it's 85 degrees out. It's doing what it's being told to do. By using the PID, and the PID from Pellet Pro is that it gives feedback and controls that auger based on the temperature that's inside your grill. And that's why PID is important in a pellet grill. So let's get taking this apart, shall we? So there's the wiring diagram that comes with the Pellet Pro, telling you what everything, and you really don't need instructions. And in fact, on the Camp Chef, they've got the same thing posted to the back of the pellet hopper that tells you what color and what it does. So it should be relatively simple to do, right? So on the back of the grill, what I did is I wrote down what everything is. And then I went in the grill here just to confirm that everything is what it is. So I've got the white and black. Obviously, folks, you do this unplugged. I shouldn't have to say that, but your white and black here, this is your power. And we've got the red is going to be your auger motor. And the orange is the blower motor. You can see that. We're sorry, folks. Right there. And the purple and white, which is right there, that's your that's for your hot rod. And that other one in the back, that's for your controller. That brown one is for your controller. So these connectors are pretty universal. And it's the same connector that we're going to be connecting in, and it really makes it easy. So now that I've got them disconnected from the board, we can take the board off. All right, there's just 2 screws in the front, and the whole thing comes out there. There's one other thing I didn't tell you. There's that little thing right there is connected to this little thing right there, and that is for your internal temp probe. Now we got to take that out, and then we got to feed the new one through. So stay tuned for that. All right, so there's the new temp probe. Took the old one out. There's just 2 self-tapping screws that'll be putting this back in, and then you got to feed it through a channel. That's actually a channel, and it comes out the bottom. And then if you can see daylight, there's a hole there, and that's where that connector's got to go through. And then there's another connector that you connected to the new panel. So it just takes a little goofing around. At first I thought this hole was too big, was too small actually, and actually it just fits. So good planning by the Pellet Pro people. All right, folks, new temp probe installed. This has probably been the most challenging part of it. You can see running through the hole there. There's actually, I didn't realize, there's actually a hole going through this to the outside. Shame on you, Camp Chef. We might have to plug that up with a little high temperature caulk. Keep on going. All right, so there's a new controller all installed. Word to the wise here, though. You see the screw that you don't see on the bottom here? Same as the top. Put the mounting plate on first, the metal blade, because the controller itself covers it up. These are flush mount screws, so it's not a big deal. I just had to take it off and put it back on. Then I did use a little RTV high temperature sealant here around the edges just to give this a good seal, so if there's any rain, we don't have to worry about rain getting in between the controller and the plate and shorting out some of our delicate electronics there. So let's move on to the inside, shall we? All right, folks, so here's the fun part, just plugging everything back together. We know this is our auger motor right here. This is red. And from looking at our Pellet Pro diagram, we know that that's blue and white. So the connections just, they go right back together just like that. They're pretty universal. Just give a nice tight push, and that ain't going nowhere. So I'll finish this up and get it all bundled up real nice in there and give you a look-see at the final product. All right, there we got it. We got it all zip tied together and inside there, so nothing can really move around. Before I did that, I double-checked my schematic one more time to make sure everything's connected right. I'm going to put this on, and I'm just going to turn the power on and make sure we got power. Stay tuned for that. All right, folks, there you go. She lives. Fired right up. I did do the manual feed for the auger to make sure it's turning the right way, and of course it is. We're going to button things up here and call it a day. Folks, installation went good. No real issues. We're going to run this in the field. You have to stay tuned though. That'll be another video where I show this thing in action and show how accurate that it can be. So I'll leave a link down below for Smoke Daddy Inc. Folks, check them out online. Go visit their store in Waukegan, Illinois. And as always, folks, I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much.